By the way, we have some breaking news here from Matt Zenitz of 247 Sports. Joe, DJ Lagway is going to start this week for Florida. It looks like Graham Mertz remains in concussion protocol, so DJ Lagway will get his first start as a Gator.
Trying to really quickly check who they're playing this week. They're playing Samford, so this is perfect opportunity for DJ Lagway to step in. I kind of wonder if this does have an opportunity for DJ Lagway to bypass Mertz for the starting job. You know, if he comes out and he looks confident and he looks good enough of as much of a spark plug for the offense, I don't know how, and I said this the other day, I don't know how if you're Billy Napier, you don't try to get him involved as much as possible. And if he looks great in this game and he doesn't look like a freshman, if he looks as good as Dylan Raiola did against UTEP, you've got nothing to lose. You want the kid to be invested in being there. And also, if you're Billy Napier, you're trying to have an excuse to turn to, which is, hey, we're starting the freshman quarterback. We're not going to win as many games. Look how good he looks. You need me to stay, so he stays. I don't think there's any downside if he has a good game here.
I'm gonna push back to you very quickly. I actually agree with 2/3 of what you said. Billy really has nothing to lose here. Because if it could help him, if he's got DJ and DJ looks good and performs well, I'm with you on that. I agree wholeheartedly. I think you're 100% spot on with that. Here's the problem that I have with if he does well starting the following week. He's got A&M. And A&M comes to Gainesville. And the last thing that you want to do in a second start is putting up him against a defense like that. I just don't – here's the thing. Here's what I think will happen. I think DJ Lagway is going to perform pretty well against Samford. It's going to build up some momentum. They're going to go into week 3. They're going to start Mertz against Texas A&M. And if he starts poo-pooing the bed, Lagway's coming in. That seems a little bit more plausible to me of how they're going to go about it, because I don't think you want to just let DJ Lagway loose like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that would be the better way to counteract it.
Right. When I'm pitching the premise here of start DJ Lagway, it's less with if he looks really good against Samford, just keep him in. It's more so Graham Mertz comes back for Texas A&M. If the offense is still shaky and he plays as bad as he did against Miami, or maybe a little bit better, but still not in an exciting manner where it's something to turn to of optimism of like, hey, maybe Florida can turn it around if they do X, Y, and Z. If that offense still looks like shit, put DJ Lagway in after the Texas A&M game or a couple weeks down the line. You'll have that as evidence to say, hey, man, like, look, there's something promising here. Why are we wasting our time with the upperclassmen? It's kind of like the inverse of the situation that happens with Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins, where they didn't want to put Michael Penix in anymore in the preseason because they don't want fans to be able to sit there and say, why aren't you putting Michael Penix in if he looked really good in the preseason and Kirk Cousins struggling? I'm just saying, like, if you have evidence, use that evidence and just say, look, the kid looked promising. Let's get him onto the field. If we lose games, we lose games. There's nothing to gain or to lose.
The kid's confidence is something that could be lost. So I just, I know you're going to clip this and Florida fans are going to be mad at me. I'm going to be real with you. You can't give Mertz. You can't just. How do I want to say this, Joe? Because I don't know how to really say it, but I don't think Graham Mertz has done anything at the current moment to be benched. You
no,
get what I'm saying?
But he hasn't done enough to really deserve.
DJ Lagway went out there and went 3 for 6 and threw a pick and looked very confused on what Miami did. So what do you think A&M's going to do? You can't. I'm telling you, this kid's not ready for this, man. He's not ready.
We can't make that decision after 6 throws, though.
Oh, okay. Watch. I'll bet a lot that he's not ready against that A&M. Don't throw him out there, Joe, and hurt his confidence.
I'm not saying throw him out there against A&M, but I'm saying midway through the year, I'm starting him. This video is sponsored by the online fitness training camp presented by Chris Gates Fitness. When I first started talking about Chris, about partnering with our show, not only was I excited to have a fitness sponsor for our pod, but more importantly, when I found out about how he can help people achieve their goals, I was even more bought in, because when the football season starts, it is so tough to stay on top of things and also to be able to enjoy yourself on Saturdays when it's game day. With Chris Gates Fitness's online training camp, you're going to be able to effectively Stay focused, consistent, burn fat, build muscle, and do it with a like-minded community of individuals working towards the same thing. On top of this, you're going to be able to get direct coaching from Chris and the ability to ask him questions with an access to a live Q&A where you can get direct personalized support from Chris himself. Don't wait any longer. If you're trying to get in shape during this fall and you want to be able to do it with the right support system, head on over to chrisgatesfitness.com/trainingcamp or click the link in the description. And you need to do it today because you can get the first month. Personal training is expensive, folks. The first month for only $10 when you use that code Ruffino Joe. Don't wait any longer. Head on over there. BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.